So let's talk more about what is light. So nakikita natin dito yung structure ng isang buong electromagnetic waves, or what we call EM waves for short. So it starts from radio waves, followed by microwaves, then infrared, and then visible light, then ultraviolet rays, X-rays, then the gamma rays. Ayan, so yan yung pagkasunod-sunod. And it is in accordance with the wavelength. From radio waves to gamma rays, we have longer wavelength to shorter wavelength. Anong indication nun? Longer wavelength means lower energy, while shorter wavelengths means higher energy. And that also applies for the visible light. So yung red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Red has the most longest among the 7 bands of colors. So yung energy naman niya, low or lowest. While violet has shortest wavelength among the 7 bands of colors. So among the 7 colors, the energy for the violet is highest. So that is visible light. In activity number 1, the colors of light, the colors of the rainbow. So meron tayong mga readily available materials sa bahay na kung saan pwede natin bigyan ng mga procedures para mabuo natin or makomplete natin yung activity about the properties of light. So this displays the dispersion of light. So nakikita natin sa figure 2, dispersion of light, we have the prism, the glass prism. So yun yung tool natin para yung white light magkaroon ng refraction. So in figure 2, it displays the dispersion of light. Dispersion is a special kind of refraction that provides the color of light. Once white light enters a prism, which is an object that disperses light, separation into completely different colors are observed. So from white light, nag-separate siya, and then may hierarchy tayo ng colors or arrangement of colors. So hindi nababago yung colors na to. Ito talaga sila. Roy G. Biv. Yan. So, nung mga bata pa lang tayo, naririnig na natin yung Roy G. Biv, pinakakabisado sa atin. So, hindi yan nababago. Until ngayon, Roy G. Biv pa rin yan. So, next. One properties again of light is reflection. The other one is refraction. So, let's go over first with reflection of light. So this is the turning back or bouncing back of light as it hits a medium. So if it hits solid, liquid, or gas and it bounces back, then that's the reflection of light. So tulad din siya nung sound, no? Nagkaroon din siya ng turning back or bouncing back as it hits a medium. But this time, light yun nag-bounce back. So the law of reflection states that the angle of the incident light ray is equal to the angle of the reflected light ray. Take note of the words incident light ray and reflected light ray. So what is the incident ray? The incident ray is the beam of light that initially strikes the mirror. So yung unang light na tatama dun sa mirror, so example yun yung object natin, is the incident ray. And the reflected ray, from the word itself, reflected, yun yung nag-bounce back. So it's the beam of light that bounces off the mirror after striking the mirror. So this example, two birds, no, nag-serve as parang mirror yung water kasi it's very clear. So, tumama yung incident ray and then nag-bounce off yung reflected ray na receive ng ating eyes. So, makikita nung dalawang birds yung kanilang image doon sa clear water. So, that's also a reflection of light. Another example, so the sunlight gives off light. So, the incident light ray. And then, the eyes will receive the reflected light rays. So, makikita niyo yung image ng puno. Another example, yung sa swimming pool. So, incident rays, and then magbabounce off. So, equal sila, no? Kung nakita natin sa structure, they are equal. So, mag-give off siya ng reflected rays, and then kung sino man yung nakatayo dun sa gitna, makikita niya yung image niya. How about refraction of light? So, this time, this is the bending of light when it travels from one medium to another of different optical densities. This happens because of the change in speed and orientation of light with respect to the normal as it transverses a new medium of different density. Density, ito yung pagkasiksik. Diba inaral natin last time, solid, liquid, gas. Dun sa solid, mas talagang compressed and then arrange yung particles. So, siya yung most dense or densest. And then, followed by the water. They are close to each other. And very far apart naman yung gas. So, siya yung hindi masyadong dense. So, pag tumama yung light doon sa mga medium na sinabi ko, magbe-bend ang light. Ganon din yung sa sound, di ba? Cooler air, warmer air, nagbe-bend. Ayan. So, this time naman, we talk of light. So, nasabi na natin to kanina, the speed of light decreases when light travels in a dense medium. So, kung solid ang tinamaan, mas mabagal ang speed of light. Unlike dun sa vacuum, dire-diretso siya, no? It travels at the speed of 3 times 10 to the 8 meter per second. Ayan, nasabi ko na. Ayan, ganyan siya kabilis kapag sa vacuum. So, yan yung example. Nakikita nyo gumagalaw how the light bends. So, nakikita nyo siya na parang nababali. Ayan. So, tumatama yung incident light ray and then the refracted light ray. So, in case of the prism kanina, yung white light then nag-turn into 7 bands of colors, the Roy beam. Dispersion naman yung tawag doon. So, dispersion is the refraction of light into a spectrum of wavelengths composing the light. This is a special kind of refraction that splits white light into different colors. So, naglalabas siya ng color spectrum. So, ito yung example niya. Yan. White light, tumama sa prism. Hindi lang prism yung object na kung saan pwede mag-disperse ng light. Pwede din yung mga water droplets dun sa ating ulan. Yun yung natural prism ng ating environment. Kaya nag-give off ng 7 bands of colors forming rainbows. So, mamaya, matotok natin yun. Refraction of light, yung example niya, no? So, naglagay siya ng stick, yung girl, and then, nakita nila na para nabali. Pero, ang totoo, hindi naman siya bali. So, yung different density nung different medium, so water and air, meron tayong tumamang incident ray, light ray, dun sa water, and then, nag-bend siya doon sa air, which is less dense. So, nakita natin yung refracted ray, and then, na-perceive ng eyes. Ayan, bali yung paningin. Nabali yung pencil sa paningin niya. So, ganyan yun. Slowing down of light waves in water due to density of water makes them shift their direction. So, more dense yung water kasi medyo magkakalapit ang particles nila. than the air, which is very, far. So, magbe-bend, then refraction yun. So, this is the wave or the transverse wave. Yan ang meron sa light. Sa sound kasi, longitudinal. So, ito yung another type of wave, the transverse wave. So, ganyan ang light. So, yung structure niya may pataas, may pababa, taas, baba, taas, baba. So, yung dalawang mataas na nakita natin, tatlo pala, no? The crest, crest, crest. Then yung baba, trough, trough, trough. Yun. Up, down, up, down, up, down. From crest to crest, taas, taas, one wavelength. Then yung trough, trough, and then another trough. Yung trough to trough, one wavelength din yun. So, ang nakikita natin, this is perpendicular, no? Bakit perpendicular? So, nagkikreate siya ng parang letter T. Tinan niyo yung middle, may line dyan na horizontal. And then, pag tumaas, dun sa ating crest, yung space dyan, yung pagitan ng middle and then the crest, it's the amplitude. Ganun din naman yung middle down to the trough, that's amplitude. Okay? So, that's parts of transverse wave. Transverse wave, by the way, is a wave that moves perpendicular to wave motion. Parts niya ay trough, which is the lowest part of transverse wave, and then crest is the highest part of a transverse wave. Doon naman sa sound, since it's longitudinal, compression and refraction naman yung parts niya. Compression pag nasiksik, and then pag naghiwalay-hiwalay, rarefaction. Ayan. So, going back, light waves travel at a given velocity and wavelength. Ano ba yung wavelength? Wavelength is very important because it relates to the energy of light. Wavelength is designated by Greek letter lambda. Ayan, nakikita nyo, para siyang pabaliktad na Y. Wavelength can be defined as the distance between two successive crests or troughs of a wave. It is measured in the direction of the wave. So, ang rule niyan, longer wavelength has lower energy. Shorter wavelength has higher energy. F means frequency. Ayan, yung symbol na Greek na to is lambda. That's for the wavelength.